Hi, this is a subject that I've touched on very briefly in my noise video, but would like to cover it a little more. ME sufferers can be made worse very easily. We have a certain level of tolerance, and anything beyond that can make us very ill indeed. This tolerance level can be virtually zero to start with, but when sufferers are so ill that they need carers, they do have to have some sort of interaction with people. It can't be avoided. This does mean, however, that a huge amount of energy is spent on the carer performing their needs. A big problem many have is the energy used through talking. Conversation involves many of our senses and a huge amount of brain activity. There's hearing, sight and movement, and the cognitive processing of what's being said to us, facial expressions as well as words. There's what we say in reply, plus the physical act of speaking, which often includes involuntary hand gestures, and also the changes in breathing so that we don't run out of air. A healthy person won't feel the drain and impact this has on the body, but it's all very noticeable for someone who has ME. It's a very lonely life living with this illness. We are so isolated and so out of touch with everyone and everything that we can be longing to have conversation with others. However, this can be impossible. One sentence too many can wipe us out and leave us with heightened symptoms and extreme mental and physical fatigue. Often talking has to be kept exclusively to our care, as there's not always the spare energy to waste on anything unrelated. Apart from what I've mentioned in my noise video of speaking quietly and keeping any laughter gentle, there's a request we can make of you. We would like your help for us to not overtalk. Where I live, people do like to chat in great detail. I like to chat too, and I often do overdo it, and I've even told my carers to tell me shut up and rest. I and many other ME sufferers do appear better than we really are, so if we do engage you in conversation, please be aware that what is said has to be kept to a minimum. Because ME sufferers have different levels of abilities, which can also change from day to day, individual guidelines need to be set up. Perhaps have an agreed cue for when to finish a conversation, or whether a conversation can take place at all. It will take a bit of discernment from the carer, but take your lead from the sufferer. I find it hard to tell a carer they're talking too much, and I also hate awkward silences. But it's an important part of our life that really needs to be approached carefully. And do remember that if you ask us how we are and we say we are fine, we are lying. Someone with ME is never fine. It's just easier to say that we are. Sometimes it's best not to ask. I certainly wouldn't be offended if you don't. Always assume the sufferer is struggling, because they will be, and by having a gentler approach to conversation, it could help fill the needs to be sociable without too much payback. Well, thanks for watching this. Bye for now.